It's a pleasure to have you join us. This is the AM News. Let's get straight into it. Starting with, the Attorney General has been given 7 more days to file his statement of case in the matter of some cases filed challenging the constitutionality of the Anti-LGBTQ Bill. Now, the AG made an application in court asking for more time to file the relevant document, and it comes on the heels of lawyers splitting hair over the submission of a fiscal impact analysis in court. Member of our Legal Affairs Desk, Kweku Asante, reports.
The 2 cases filed by Richard Elaskai and Dr. Amanda Odoi challenging the constitutionality of the Anti-LGBTQ Bill came up again at the Supreme Court for hearing, this time by a single judge to hear some interlocutory matters. The Attorney General's Department filed an application asking for more time to file a statement of case.
Yes, my Lord, we have before you an application for extension of time to file our statement of case out of time. And as my Lord will see from our affidavit, we did not delay out of disrespect for this court, but for the fact that we were waiting for certain documents from them, which we stated in our paragraph 6.
The lawyers on the other side were not opposed to it, and a single justice, Justice Yaudakwansari, granted this application.
So I'm satisfied that the application has merits, and I'm inclined to grant it, especially the absence of any affidavit in opposition filed by either the plaintiff or the first defendant. Accordingly, it is hereby ordered that time for the second defendant to file a statement of case is extended for 7 days from the date of this order. So that's my order.
But there is also this crucial matter of the financial impact analysis that was supposed to be attached to this bill. Early on in early proceedings, the lawyers for the Speaker of Parliament had said they were going to make those documents available to the court. Lawyer for Richard Elaskai, Pakwesi Abedu, asked the lawyers for the Speaker of Parliament why they had not made that document available to the court. The Attorney General's Department also cited that as part of the reason why they had not filed their statement of case. Then the single justice presiding over this case, Justice Yaudakwansari, then indicated that if they were so much pressed about this document and they believed it will make their case for them, they surely do know what court processes they would have to use to compel the Speaker of Parliament to file that.
My Lord, our hesitation to file memorandum of issues for all this time has been due to the absence
Why
of...
do you need a court order to file memorandum of issues?
Yes.
If they serve you with their statement, if she says the statement of case,
Lord,
and all the processes are in order, what prevents you from just proceeding? Because you are the plaintiff. And I think the best thing is that you file a joint memorandum of issues.
I'm prepared to file. In fact, it has been ready, sitting on the table. Our only setback is that there's one crucial document they promised to file. And up to this stage, we don't see that document among the lot. That's the financial impact analysis.
Mr. Abidu.
Yes, my Lord.
If you are contesting a matter with somebody, and he's relying on a document, and he says he will make that document available to the court, and he's not bringing it, how is it not to your benefit?
Very well. Lord, I'll rest my case here.
Why do you push him to bring the tools that, or the armory that he will use to destroy you?
Lord,
if I were you, I'll just
rest my case here. I'll rest it here.
Lord, just 1 second. My Lord, we don't want to give a name to the documents because we said it could. He said he had cited.
If you think it's there, you know the process to file to compel them to produce it.
Yes, so my Lord, we know what to do. So we are not deliberating.
If you think that it will inure to your benefit, and they are, as it were, suppressing it,
my Lord,
and you know that it is there, compel them to produce it.
The Attorney General now has 7 days to file their statement of case, and then the memorandum of issues will then be filed. The case will now be set down for hearing, and then ultimately the court will set a date to make a declaration as to whether or not this bill that was passed in Parliament is actually constitutional or not. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Supreme Court, Accra.
Let's stay in the courts because the Chief Justice Gertrude Okono is warning political parties and other stakeholders to take their procedures seriously or risk having their cases thrown out. Speaking at the launch of the latest manual on adjudicating elections, the Chief Justice insisted that procedure is so fundamental and goes to the heart of every dispute before a court. And the Chief Justice therefore cautioned potential litigants to pay particular attention to procedure when going to the court.
Not only is procedure critical, but a failure to provide the legal threshold of evidence can be costly. Starting an action in the wrong court can lead to loss of an otherwise perfect case. This is why I crave and ask that strong attention should be paid to the teachings and the learnings in the material that has been freely given in this manual. It should be extremely helpful to especially the media, who need to correctly inform the public on ongoing disputes. This year's edition, which is divided into 3 volumes, as already stated, as the most significant change for ease of reference, is a credit to its drafters. In these 3 volumes, they have done a thorough job of reflecting the changing course of election law while remaining true to the overarching principles that have guided previous editions. Material is still being developed, and as they come, they'll be made available and the public informed. I can inform you that the Rules of Court Committee is still helping, or is still working. In fact, we have finished our work. It's with the Attorney General's Department. So there's still more rules that we are praying will be available before the 7th of December when we vote.
Meanwhile, the Chief Justice has also weighed in on the backlash of that judges face after rulings. According to Chief Justice Gertrude Okono, beg your pardon, judges cannot make all parties happy. She also expressed optimism that Ghana will remain peaceful after the crucial 2024 election.
I say every day, a judge annoys somebody. In fact, even if you adjourn a case, you will annoy somebody. If you grant an application, the one who was it was granted against will be upset. And so we live with upset. But it is really beautiful to see how we have gathered as a group around our nation. We have nowhere to go. This is the piece of earth that God gave us. And He gave it to a diverse group. And as diverse as we are, our ethnic groups, our various groups, we are one people, one nation, and we have one destiny. We will go through the elections. We will come out, and the nation will be the strongest for it.
And let's get into our election headquarters. And a spokesperson for the NPP flag bearer, Dennis Miracles Abuaje, has thrown down the gauntlet, challenging former President John Dramani Mahama to debate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead of the December 7th elections. Former President John Dramani Mahama had earlier accused the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, of being unable to answer questions about the government's economic policies. But spokesperson for the NPP campaign says Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is more capable and ready to defend the government's record and is eager to take on John Dramani Mahama in a presidential debate. Nana Bwachi Yadom has more from this Free Senior High School Graduates Association campaign in the Ashanti region.
The Free SHS Graduates Association and the First-Time Voters Group, led by some Ashanti Regional Party executives of the NPP, engaged traders at the KGTR market in Kumasi. The engagement is to solidify the party's base in the Ashanti region as part of its campaign. Speaking to Joy News, the spokesperson for the Bawumia campaign, Dennis Miracle Abuaje, took time to respond to former President Mahama's questions to the Vice President.
It's very low that a former president will resort to insults in this conversation. I mean, it's okay if you disagree with the Vice President, but do not insult him. Now he tells everybody that it's not an insult, it's an American quotation, no problem. Since when did American slang become part of our conversation? In America, a little girl can look in your face and say, what the hell? In Ghana, is an insult. So it's not everything that is said in the USA that becomes courteous for us to use in this country. But if he says it's not an insult, then let me help him. The former president should understand that this economy is better than his economy. And that is why all the teachers he left at home without employing have been employed under this economy. This economy that he says is in a mess is a messy economy that is able to pay every single teacher that works. He left them at home. They worked for 12 months and he paid them for only 3 months. This economy is able to buy fuel to power the generators. He was unable to buy fuel to power the generators. This economy is able to pay allowances for teachers and nurses. His economy was unable to do that. It is about the economy, stupid. Mahama should know that.
According to him, the NDC flag bearer's return to power is to destroy the work done by the Akufo-Addo government, including the free senior high school policy.
And there is only one way to protect free senior high school, that is to vote for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as president. The former president and his party, the NDC, have given a clear indication that they are going to cancel the free senior high school. In fact, what they have told her is that even if they do not cancel the free senior high school, they are going to do what we call the mean testing. And the mean testing is where they are going to segregate who pays and who doesn't pay. And that will be the beginning of troubles for the poor person in this country. The free senior high school is the only policy that is opening doors and opening ways for the Ghanaian poor, irrespective of where you find yourself in this country. And we are all going to work together to ensure that we do not allow anybody to come and destroy the free senior high school.
Deputy CEO for Maslog and patron for the Free SHS Graduates Association, Obidumbi Kwabena Asamoah, highlighted the vision of the MPP to help transform the educational sector.
Education is the great equalizer. Everybody aspires for social mobility. How do you embank on social mobility without education? So if somebody gives you education, that person is absolutely interested in you. That person cares about you. That person wants you to have a great future. And that is what the NPP administration under Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Pokuprempa have done. So we the young people were out here, and all we're saying to our mothers, to the people of Ghana, is that when you vote on December 7th, you are not just voting for the NPP, you are voting for your children. When you go into that ballot box, we, the Free SHS Graduates Coalition, want you to remember Free SHS, and we want you to remember that when you vote for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia at number 1, you are voting for us, your children.
For Joy News, Nana Boache Dankwa Yadom, Kumasi.
Away from my election headquarters, let's do some other stories. Now, it was a mere dream to have his home filled with engineers and health professionals to serve the needs of his people and transform his constituency. Dr. Yao Osei Educhum's initiative to produce over 100 engineers and doctors over a 10-year period in the Bosomtwe constituency is already fruiting. Now, the first batch of 31 university graduates are making exploits in various fields of engineering after the education minister single-handedly funded their tuition. Emmanuel Bright-Kweku tells us more because he was at the Thanksgiving service of these young graduates who are ready to turn their constituency into a hub of Ghana's greatest engineers and doctors.
A joyous time at the Jachi Pentecost Church as these young graduates elevate an endless praise to God after actualizing their dreams of becoming engineers. They are the first fruits of the vision of the Education Minister, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, in 2020 to produce over 100 engineers for his Bosomtwe constituency in the Ashanti region over a 10-year period. Among them are Jennifer Dankwa and Emmanuel Owusu. Their respective journeys to their accomplishments today did not come easy. Having completed their secondary education in 2019, Jennifer and Emmanuel had just no intentions of furthering their education soon. The wherewithal to support their education eluded them.
In the senior high school, it wasn't somehow. Sometimes I have to struggle. Sometimes my friend have to give me money and then those stuff. I have to starve and then learn. It wasn't easy.
But through the benevolence of an MP who was ready to see his constituency transform from agricultural to an industrial enclave, Emmanuel and Jennifer joined 29 others to benefit from a fully funded education from Dr. Educhum. They were privileged to pursue various engineering courses at the University of Mines and Technology.
I don't want any average person out of you.
4 years later, Jennifer is a geological engineer and Emmanuel a computer scientist. They are the first university graduates in their families.
10 years from now, my plan is to have a poultry farm that will at least feed half, maybe not Africa, maybe Ghana. Like a poultry farm that will feed Ghana with tech, making it simple for the farmers.
For what Dr. Duchum has done, Iman will do more than that to support Bosomtwe, Ghana, myself, his mother, and his family.
What Dr. Duchum has done is one thing that people need to look at and learn from it, because he has really devoted his time to do this for us.
Their joy is only a culmination of grit to prevail as they ready themselves to transform their communities.
I want Bosomtwe to be the place where we have many engineers and medical doctors. This is just the beginning. I'm so happy today, and it's a wonderful feeling to have vibrant youth surrounding you who have just become engineers.
It is the vision of Dr. Yao Osei Duchum to produce more than 100 engineers and doctors for his constituency to serve the needs of his people and the country at large. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Now let me tell you about the Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair that enters day 3 today. Now, discounted lands, beautiful furnishing, free consultation and lots of food at our happy hour, all in one venue, the Accra International Conference Center, where the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is ongoing. Exhibitors say they've considered the economy and varying lifestyles of homeowners and prospective homeowners to offer substantial discounts, specifically for the fair. Hannah Odame has been speaking to them in this report.
I have a dream of putting up my building.
It saves time, it saves money.
The sum of why the fair has been put together, getting everything, housing and more under one roof. Regardless of your budget, exhibitors are making sure you become a homeowner.
We are saying that you should buy a house or land from us and pay it without interest in 5 and 2 years. After paying the 40% down payment, we'll give you 24 months, which is 2 years to pay without interest.
At this fair, we are offering a 10% discount. That's just the tip on the iceberg. We are also offering free consultation, and we have a lot of samples available like beds. We have our sofas, swivel chairs, we have carpets here. We even have our beautiful curtain fabric here. And we are still running a discount on them.
We've slashed our prices down because we want everyone to secure a plot and invest, because buying a land is actually a lifetime investment, and we want everyone to actually own a land from Ultimate Land Hub.
This year, the discounts are unbelievable, and patrons are overly excited about the offerings.
When I came previously, I think I had everything I was looking for. So this time around, I'm thinking if I come, I'm going to still get all the things I need for my building.
So this time and this year, what are you looking for?
Obviously, I need something to complete my building. It's on the scratch, so I think I will need a lot of things to get the building completed.
I'm at Chufu Praso area, and it's because of this that I came, because I'm interested in real estate and other means we can use apart from brick and mortar and the cement. So that is why I came, to explore and to get answers to my questions. That's why I came.
So when you came, have you been able to explore? Have you been able to get the answers to your questions?
Yes, I would say 80% of my questions have been answered, which is very good. It means that it's a pass mark. Yes, the companies over here, the customer service is one key thing, and I think they are doing a good job. And all that I need, you can see me in my hand. I know where to go from here when I need something, and it's a good thing. It's worthwhile traveling all the way here to have this exhibition.
The fair ends on November 2, but already the Multimedia Group Limited is being applauded for the initiative.
I would recommend anybody who has a dream of putting up a building, either for himself, for their family, or
for the community should come.
I believe every year they do, and they should never stop doing it.
For Joy News, I am Hannah Odame. Now, the fair continues till the 2nd of November from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And trust me, I've been there myself. You want to be there to get everything you need to get a house and make it a home. It's the Accra International Conference Center. Don't miss it. Now, let's get into our business updates with Benjamin Akakpo. Yes, I'm Benjamin Akakpo for today. Let's get straight into our business story, starting with the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers is predicting 2.3% reduction in prices of petroleum products at the pumps today. That is November 1st, 2024. Duncan Amwa is the Executive Secretary of COPEC.
Has seen some 1.86%. Diesel has done about 3.79%. LPG has done almost 0.89% over the period. So if you have the commodity itself going down by some of these percentages, then there's a higher possibility that the market will gravitate towards a reduction. The only disturbing news we are picking now is that the importers, the exchange rates are currently being applied might end up wiping whatever reductions that you and I may be getting. If you go through our release, which of course we did also pick with the NPA, you are doing an exchange of forex of 16.19, which is about 16.2. But what I've just seen with keyboard analysis is pointing to a quotation of some 16.6 at FX for today, and then some 16.9. That is if you are doing spot price and 16.6. If you are doing forward rate, that's about 16.89. So if that should apply by close of tomorrow, whatever reductions that international benchmark would have given you and I could end up being wiped simply by the forex distortions that we are recording today.
And as part of efforts to build resilience and improve Ghana's cybersecurity space ahead of the 2024 elections, the Cybersecurity Authority has committed to ensuring the protection of the country's critical information infrastructure. Speaking to Joy Business, Alex Opong, Director of Capacity Building and Awareness Creation at the Authority, noted that this will be achieved by enforcing full compliance with the requirements of the Cybersecurity Act by service providers. And he made these remarks at the Cyber Awareness Breakfast meeting organized by Israeli Economic and Trade Mission to Ghana.
The reason why there's a focus on critical information infrastructure is because when you're designated as a critical information infrastructure owner, be it the system, it means that anything that happens to that particular system or to that institution that is considered as an owner has a detrimental effect on the Ghana's economy and national security. So in terms of the elections, we'll go back to critical information infrastructure owners. The Electoral Commission is one of them. So pretty much they would adhere and comply to a lot of the directives that we've put out there. So we obviously, as the main regulator for the cybersecurity space, where the need is, and we need to send out for any particular reason, we would have professionals to send out. But in terms, basically, the Electoral Commission is basically cooperating with us in that space because of the nature and the setup of the commission itself.
Folks, it's a wrap for the AM News on the AM Show. Let's get into our news review segment right away.